Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. We've got the Lakers facing the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Boy, an immovable, unstoppable force around the rim. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a Shaq attack.
Pass to Ilgauskas. And he can't get that one. And it's a Lakers ball. Bryant, left side. Outside O'Neal. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here's Hughes. Pass to James. Here's Hughes. 4-3. And he buries his first look.
Streaky from deep. Don't let Hughes get going now. Larry can put up points in a hurry.
On the wing, Bryant. Fires from deep. And the three-pointer goes.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Here's Hughes. Down low. Here's Gooden. Pass to James. Clock at 4. Releases from 15. No good off the glass.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Now here's Payton. Inside. The steal. And pushing it up. Here's Cleveland. And slam dunk by James.
And, you know, that kind of defensive effort not going to faze LeBron at all because he's resilient.
Bryant outside. Four on the clock. And he drives in. And then Bryant with the dunk.
That was a slick drive and throw down by Bryant. Just cruising in for that crush.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Pass to Ilgauskas. Here's Pavlovich. Fires the three. O'Neal pulls it in. Here's Bryant. James with the rebound. The Cavs trailing. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pass to Pavlovich. The three is up. Here's Ilgauskas. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Ilgauskas is a 7'3" big man who does a really solid job rebounding the ball.
And here's Bryant. A minute 35 left now in the first quarter. No good on the shot.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Verajao. Nails the 16-footer.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Pass to Fisher. Shot clock at 6. Now here's O'Neal. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Nice recognition from O'Neal, making sure he got off a quality shot.
And here's Gibson. This one for 3. O'Neal pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
First personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Lakers. Paul Malone.
And here's Bryant. He's got 5. The 3 is up. The shot, no good. Here's Hughes. Out to the right wing. To the middle. Here's Verajao. And there are the Cavaliers with another bucket. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Cleveland on top, leading by just 2. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
James outside. Goes back up. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
And Hughes, a very solid player, guys. I mean, an athletic guard who can get hot on occasion.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Lakers trail by 3. Here's Bryant. Pass to Payton. The 3 ball. That one's good. And the assist to Bryant.
That's why Payton's teammates have confidence in him and trust him, because he understands when he should take these quick shots.
And James has got the ball here for Cleveland. Here's Verajao. He's covered by O'Neal. Here's Hughes. Pass to Pavlovich. Now here is James. 5 on the clock. The fadeaway. Rebound by the Lakers. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Here's Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Kobe makes dunking look so easy. Man, that guy's explosive.
And the Cavs with possession, trailing by 2. James with the ball. Payton covering. Pass to Pavlovich. Back to Gibson. James, right side. Fades away. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Nice looking stroke from LeBron James. Tell you what, he's got the lift and the mechanics down pat.
Here's O'Neal. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. O'Neal's got 6.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
And there's the screen. Here's James. The rebound by Malone.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Well, I tell you what, this coach loves having Gary Payton run the offense. He's a pass-first point guard for sure.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
And Cleveland has possession. 4-point game. Here's Snow. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot.
I think this is Snow's game offensively. He gets to a spot on the floor where he feels most comfortable, then he just stops and pops.
And Peyton, here we go to the paint. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Going inside. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Kobe knows exactly what he's doing. Clever, crafty. He's able to disrupt the defense and get what he wants.
Pass to Ilgauskas. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
The Lakers in the lead. .151 left in the first half. And again, it's the Lakers.
Boy, Malone has a deadly jump shot, especially from the mid-range. Doesn't get any better watching him knock that down.
Here's Snow. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. Here's Ilgauskas. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ilgauskas has got 4 points this quarter.
The beauty of Ilgauskas is he doesn't have to be inside. He can stretch it out to the mid-range.
To the inside. O'Neal. And that one is stuffed right through.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Pass to Snow. Here's Pavlovich. Hits the trifecta. Pavlovich has got his first 3 points of the game.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Now O'Neal. Bryant outside. Back to O'Neal. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Big game for the big guy so far. Shaq really asserting himself on the offensive end.
Pass to Snow. There's 14 seconds left in the first half. Here's Ilgauskas. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2. Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
First free throw is good. So he gets them both.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Bryant outside. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Los Angeles up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And Cleveland has possession. They trail by 1. James outside. Here's Ilgauskas. And the layup is good off the glass. Ilgauskas has got 10 points. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Now Bryant. He's got 9. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Pass to James. Fires from the corner. And it's good. 2 points. And it's a 3-point Cleveland lead.
Already showing signs. James has the potential, I think, to develop that catch-and-shoot jumper to where it's a lethal weapon.
It's James on the wing. Shoots over Bryant. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Really doesn't matter what position LeBron is playing, the point, the 4 or the 5, James changes games with his passing ability.
Here's Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Pass to Fox. Here's Bryant, plenty of space. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Kobe has such confidence. Feels like this guy can score whenever he wants to.
Gibson with it. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by George. On the wing, Bryant. 13 points in the game. Pass to Fox. All alone. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. And now just a 2-point Cleveland lead.
Fox, a very confident and capable mid-range shooter, and he knows his teammates believe in him from that range.
Here's Ilgauskas. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
Bryant outside. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Cavaliers. So it's both teams making substitutions here. James with the ball. He has 6. He's off on that one. Oh, some solid defense from Fox. Here's Malone for the tie. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, it's really tough to go up against Malone because he's so big and strong, which is why the defense oftentimes is forced to foul him.
And that free throw misses. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a 4-man.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. The Cavaliers leading. Here's Snow. Pass to Varejao. Here's Snow. Here's Hughes. 6 to shoot. Here's Snow. That one's wide left.
Clearly, the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Showing off the power right there. Karl Malone does not mess around down low.
Here's Snow to the right side. Here's Hughes. Pass to Varejao. Here's Hughes. George defending to the middle. Here's Varejao. Here's Pavlovich to stop the drought. They shoot again. Nice move. Barajao can't hit. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Here's O'Neal. It's tipped. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. Pass to Fisher. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to O'Neal. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hughes. Good on the bucket. Hughes has got 5 points in the quarter.
Inside, Hughes can be very dynamic. I mean, his athletic ability gives him a lot of options to choose from.
Left side O'Neal. No good that time. Up in time. That shot is off. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
36.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here's Fisher. To the paint. Here's O'Neal. And that one is hammered home.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. Down low. And Malone gets it to go. And the Lakers lead by 2.
And you can see how confident Malone is inside. I mean, he feels like he can score on anybody from there.
Pass to James. The fader takes a big high bounce and goes in. James has gotten 4 this quarter.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
First personal foul. First team foul. Into the lineup for Los Angeles.
Now here's Bryant. Deflected. James deciding where to go with it. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Ilgauskas goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Cleveland.
What you say?
My goodness.
Come on now. Like whenever this big man gets fancy with it, O'Neal is a ridiculous dunker when he's this close to the rim.
Here's Hughes. James outside. To the left side wing. 4 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Fires top of the key. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Fox box outside. Deflects the pass. And now the Cavaliers on the break. And he's going for the lob. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Bryant, left side. Pass to Payton. Just 4 to shoot. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Let's go with a 3. Bryant, no good. Now the Cavaliers with it. All sorts of time. A minute 50 left in the final quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Cavaliers ball.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort, and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
LeBron going to get a ton of respect for calling for the ball and then delivering. Hey, those and one plays can really be backbreakers in a close game.
Here's Grant. Out of bounds. It'll be Cavaliers ball. A minute 37 left to play in the fourth. James outside. Pass to Ilgauskas. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one. Big bucket from Horace Grant. No fear, even when the lights are brightest.
Inside. Here's Ilgauskas. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
To the inside. O'Neal. And here's James. And now they decide to foul intentionally.